you buying the food? Yeah, why? Is it more expensive or something today, or what? Yeah, I'm paying for the food too, but like, regardless, you know, I do that with anything. I'm just not good at making money. I had a blind shot. Skoda is 460 Alpha and the Cat's 930. Yeah, ammo costs a lot. And the ammo standard is not very effective either. Oh my god, why bro? I was gonna get a nice sight shot. Hey. Borowski. I just don't think the credit coefficient for this tank is very good, that's all. It doesn't look like it. I had the game previously, we had 3.5k damage and I don't think I fired any gold ammo. And we made 40k, so I just don't think the coefficient for credits is very good, like... regardless of the spending I got, you know, on consumables and ammo. It just doesn't seem to make money. Unfortunate. Hello, Lissy, my old friend. I spotted. Yeah. Not. You know what's one thing I haven't chinked? What's the camo after shooting? Cause a lot of the times I feel like I should be getting spotted after I shoot, but I'm not getting spotted. Maybe I should check that with how much camo penalty I got after shooting. Cause I'm a bit weirded out, like I feel like I should be getting spotted a lot of times when I'm shooting, but I'm not. Instead I'm getting spotted when I'm driving around. I was hoping he's gonna come out, but he's not. It's not low rain. .281 stock. Ah, so it does lose plenty of camo on firing. The standard is so weird, it always like flies so high up. Opa. How's it going, big boy? Want some of this? You got it. And one thing I haven't wrote down, the penalty is freaking huge when you get your wheel damage. Like, my tank doesn't move anymore. It has huge penalty when you're getting like shot on the... Like, what the fuck? On the EBR, when you first damage a wheel, it doesn't really lose much speed. When you damage the second one, you can feel it. But this one, you take one shot in the wheels, it's like game over, like a huge penalty. huge penalty, like when getting the wheels damaged. The tank just doesn't drive anymore. Crazy. Like I said, this is a perfect example of how EBRs should be nerfed. This is what I'm seeing about this tank. It's a perfect example how to nerf EBRs. And if these tanks stay the same and EBRs don't get nerfed, oh, it's gonna be such a joke. It's gonna be such a joke. A massive joke. 2/3 of speed penalty. That feels like it, like it's... You get a wheel damaged, the tank starts moving like a mouse. That's the closest I can compare it with. Right? That's just from one wheel. I don't know what happens to like two. Oh no. I thought I missed that, but it's just the really slow shells. Hello, hard truck. The Indian got popped. I mean, okay, like you're not really gonna be YOLOing with this tank too much, you know, so I don't know if it's gonna matter that much. But think of it like this, like if you get your wheels damaged with this tank, it feels like you've been tracked, you know, it doesn't feel much different than a vehicle with tracks. It feels like you've been tracked. Because you're not moving anymore, so... But just for, you know, just so people know, like if you get the wheels damaged, it's sanatati, boom boom. The tank is not moving anymore. These guys need to move if we want to win the game. Let me try to shoot him in a different way. Go more in the back like this. And I get spotted. Fuck. That tiger doesn't move, we might lose the game, man. What the fuck? Esse movente eu sou pega. Sou pega. These guys just won't move at all, though. I gotta go YOLO with this tank. Because they won't move. Where's the bees at? Hello, bees at, my old friend. Where is he? The fuck, he was behind me, really? Weird. I'll take it. Thank you for playing Tiger too. Yeah, the tank is very big. Very big. Very big in size. I think this might be our Acerino. Acerino. Chicky-bricky. It is our Acerino. Let's go. I wanted to see the camo after shooting. Yeah, no. It looks as camo the same. That could have been a nice thing to add to this tank, right? Like make these tanks when they shoot they don't lose camo. That could have been a gimmick that would have easily maybe made up for all the penalties these tanks have, right? That could have been a really nice gimmick. But yeah, we farm pretty good, but again, look how few credits you get. 4k damage, 870 assist damage. I shot a couple of gold shells at the end, and I only made 80k credits, and that's with clan booster on, so it's just not very good at making credits. Yeah, that is not very good. Okay, to make a resume of the tank, right? To make a resume of the tank, well, first of all, let me start with saying that it's not worth it as a premium tank. There's far better tanks out there. Like what this tank does, you can buy a Scorpion G or an SE-130 and it would be much better than what this tank does, right? Because a Scorpion G SE-130 would have better camouflage and they would have much bigger and better guns with better penetration. And they would be like much better, not only better tanks, but better credit earners too, so right? So at this point, the only reason to maybe get this tank is if you want to grind crews for the upcoming British wheeled tanks. Other than that, though, the tank is pretty bad in everything but the gun, right? The gun handling is nice, it aims fast, it has good accuracy, but shell velocity is pretty slow. It's only like 920. That's really shit for a sniper tank. It's really slow. APCR is 1250, but it kind of feels slowish too, you know, like it's just not fitting for a sniper tank. The ammo's expensive, right? It was 1200. And remember, this is only 360 alpha gun. So the ammo is really expensive, like 1.2k for standard shells, 4.8k for... You're gonna have to shoot a lot of gold ammo with this tank. DPM is bad, like look at this, 950 reload time. With like a good spec on the tank. So yeah, like the gun handling is good, but penetration, alpha damage, shell velocity, not very good. The tank doesn't really have any traverse speed, like it turns very, very, very slow. The top speed, I guess you could say, is okay for a medium tank, but not for this one. If this would be a medium tank with gun depression and armor, yeah, 60 kilometers would have been sweet, but it feels like too little for this tank. It also like accelerates very slowly. It has like pretty poor horsepower, 454. And the terrain resistances, I think they're pretty bad too, because as soon as you get on crappy terrain, it slows down a lot. When you get one of the wheels damaged, you get huge penalty to movement. I was thinking maybe I should like maybe I should put this. I never put this field mod on anything, but maybe I'll put it on this tank. You get huge penalty, like you turn like a mouse if they damage one wheel. I know it might not matter too much for this tank because you're not gonna YOLO like an EBR. It's impossible because it doesn't really turn. But just, you know, in case you want to know. Also, the tank turns on the spot, just like a vehicle with tracks, right? So the tank can turn on the spot. Yeah. Well, my 2 cents about it is just not worth buying. The only way this tank would be usable would be if they would give it like 500 alpha damage and better penetration and velocity on the gun, so you can really use it as a sniper, because otherwise it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. It's also like big in size, you know, You get spotted fairly easy because the camouflage is... You might think it's like a light tank, but it's not. So... He also gets like crappy high explosive, only 50 penetration, so... It's 50-50 if you're even gonna pen light tanks. Yeah. I wouldn't go for this tank. It's also pretty expensive, around 40 euros if I'm not mistaken, so... Boy, you can get an SE-130 or a Scorpion with that money and ho-ho! It would be 10 times the tank this is. So yeah, I would pass on this tank. It's not very good. It's only if you want to grind your crews for the upcoming wheeled British tanks.